Small businesses, the lifeblood of the economy and the most trusted institution in the United States. Coinbase dropped an article a week ago discussing how 68% of small businesses believe that crypto and Bitcoin can solve at least one of their financial pain points, specifically transaction fees and processing times. And if you've read anything I've written in the past, one of the biggest problems in business are unpaid invoices. In 2017, Plum Consulting from London approximated that 11% of invoices for small businesses were paid late. This is about $1 trillion yearly. Fast forward to 2022, 50% of invoices are paid late and 12% are paid over a month after they're due. And what's interesting is about 7.5%, maybe more at this point, are written off as bad debt. If you work in small business, you're very well aware of the cash flow problems that you run into. And when half of invoices are getting not paid and just sitting idle, you're out of cash. And this is what's really important for businesses, is having cash flow and not having to deal with chargebacks. So why do business owners think crypto can solve this? Well, as it relates to crypto, we all know there's tons of scams out there. We saw the FTX blow up, and if you've paid attention to what's going on in the crypto industry, there's been a lot of rehypothecation and a lot of coins that spin up out of nowhere. So it's like, well, what do you do? What do you trust? Well, step in Bitcoin. The innovation is Bitcoin. This is why we're seeing adoption of it at a corporate level down to the individual level. And with Bitcoin, you have instant settlement. Final settlement of payments. There's not ability to charge back, and people can pay you in real time over the Lightning Network. You have the literal ability to stream money. So why do small business owners think Bitcoin could be a solution for their payments? Well, people can pay you daily or hourly thanks to the Lightning Network. And what's great is as cash comes into the business, it can be paid out in an automated fashion. Where I see this going in the future for small businesses specifically is every small business operates with some form of margin, and bills are constantly due throughout the month. And there's going to be products and services out there that leverage Bitcoin and Lightning to receive cash flows into a business and to automate making payments to the vendors that they work with. So one thing that you see happen if you own a small business, you're probably likely collecting bills maybe on the 1st, the 15th, the 20th, whatever it may be. And then at the end of the month, you have this massive payroll that goes out the door, and then you're back, fighting for cash flow again. Not every business is a cash cow. Even in the stock market, over 80% of businesses are just zombies. They're not really growing or profitable. So small businesses face the same thing. But what's going to be interesting is small businesses, as time moves on, will demand a better form of capital, which is Bitcoin, and they're going to set up payment infrastructure that allows for vendors, customers, and people to pay in real time for services. So rather than doing net 30, maybe having someone pay early or pay late after service has been delivered, you might pay a quarter now, then a quarter a week later, and a quarter a week later, and so on. You might pay as you use, like what we're seeing happen in the AI world and the innovation of Bitcoin coming to AI. You pay for what you use when you use it. You see a lot of demand for this from consumers, where you have all of these subscriptions and you're spending $200 a month across Netflix, Hulu, etc. Well, wouldn't it be great if you only paid for what you used when you watched it? This would not only lower the cost for customers, but it would release cash into the market to places that need it most. We wouldn't be overspending. Companies would have to actually, provide real value and get paid for that value versus, getting paid. Like for Netflix, you might forget you're paying for it for 2 months and then cancel. This is going to change the game, but small businesses, de facto, 68% of them want crypto or Bitcoin to solve some of their issues. Processing times are terrible. One thing about Visa, if you've worked in small business, is you've experienced chargebacks. Payments don't really settle for after 90 days, and it's very easy to charge back with Visa. I worked at a digital marketing agency that did over 100 million in revenue yearly, and I led a team that personally managed over probably 15 to 20 million dollars yearly, depending on the month or the year. And what was fascinating is we would constantly have a strategy for chargebacks. At the end of the month, when we're getting close to our goal, you get a random chargeback, and that would derail your entire month. This is a major, major, major problem. So what can you do? Start to demand a better form of money, especially for risky clients. When we had risky clients or people that we could just identify as we know they're going to be an issue, we would demand ACH, and we would often extend people discounts in order to get payment over ACH because we didn't want the counterparty risk of Visa. Small businesses want and need Bitcoin. So currently we're seeing Bitcoin as a store of value. BlackRock, Wall Street's adopting it. We don't have all of the perfect tools yet for small business. There are companies like Zappright working on addressing this, but it's undebatable. You know, you see people on X and Twitter talk about what's the value of Bitcoin? This is the value. You have cash coming in when you need it. It reduces chargebacks and it just serves everyone better. When money goes bad, like the dollar, it hurts everyone. And it puts customers in a tough spot because they're all broke, so they don't want to pay bills. This in turn hurts businesses. And here's the cash flow problem. So Bitcoin will solve the cash flow problem for businesses. I'll share the link below. I've written about this a couple years ago, and there's data from Coinbase as of last week supporting this. So it's pretty exciting times. Bitcoin is the innovation. Follow if you would like to see more content like this. I appreciate you guys.